Everybody, and welcome back to Android Netrunner. Let me try that again. Denizens of the grid, welcome back to Android Netrunner. I, hmm, looks like something has happened to my Twitch stream. Is it not loaded? Give me a minute to sort this out. Okay, look. Okay, we are live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. Okay, now we're good. Uh, Hello and welcome. So, I've been doing more Android Netrunner lately, and I've been enjoying doing more Android Netrunner thoroughly. And yeah, today I'm not sure what I'm gonna do exactly. Um, and so rather than jump straight into a game, I've been deciding what to do. Uh, I don't know if you all have frequented Reddit or not. Let's see if I can pull up what happened there recently. But the card of the day for today is Finality. And Finality is interesting. Firstly, it's the first card of the Parhelion set, despite being called Finality. Uh, but secondly, it is a it is a superior version of Maker's Eye. Run R&D, get 4 cards on axis instead of run R&D, get 3 cards, with the slight downside of taking a core damage. Now, I'm being a little bit tongue-in-cheek here. There's nothing slight about taking a core damage. Core damage is valued at approximately 4 credits plus a mistake from the corp side. 3 credits deals 1 core, or 3 or 4 credits to trigger traps that deal core damage sounds about right. Plus losing a click, which is approximately 2 credits of value, so 2 credits for a trigger and a click, depending on how you're taking it, of course. So there's nothing small about taking a core damage. Unless, as this art here depicts, you are Esa. Now, Esa, I should have her up handy somewhere. Asa's ability, Afontov, come on, pull her up. Whatever, can't pull her up. Asa's ability is that when she takes core damage, she draws a card and sabotages 2. So, helps towards your game plan. Here's the thing, sabotage, generally speaking, is going to be the corp discarding 1 card that they don't like from their hand. And if they can't do that, or have already done that, or they've run out of cards in hand, then it's going to be and the rest from R&D. This is obviously not a hard and fast rule. There's no reason you can't sabotage everything off of R&D all the time, or sabotage your whole hand. But barring getting Chatushkad, let me see if I can find Chatushkad. Barring getting Chastushkad, where you're getting hit with 4 sabotage at once, right? You're gonna probably err on the side of losing stuff that you know is not as valuable, or let's be honest here, know is not an agenda, rather than erring on the side of losing stuff that could potentially be very valuable indeed, or give your opponent points. So if you read that the corp will always lose stuff to the archives, and if you read that you can always get into archives, then this for Asa could read get 2 cards from R&D, then get 4 cards from R&D. 6 cards from R&D in 1 run or 2 runs is just nutty. And all it takes is a successful R&D breach. So here's a thought exercise. Let's say that you run Finality, and then spend 2 turns setting up, and then run Finality, and spend 2 turns setting up and run Finality. Isn't that getting pretty close to having done 15 accesses? Give or take, assuming again some archive checks in the middle, some recovery. So that's what we're going to experiment with today. Can we use the card of the day to build a deck and win a game with it? As much as I want to do more World Tree shenanigans because I'm in love with the World Tree, we're going to try for an Asa deck. Now, fair warning, I am terrible. The last time I was good at Netrunner was a long time ago. Asa final. And that has obviously been a long time ago. We're definitely going to put in money. We're definitely going to put in Steelskin Scarring because that's basic card draw. And I'm pretty sure this triggers on core damage. So, also apologies in advance if I say brain damage as frequently as core damage. It's not on purpose. Oh, we got a viewer on Twitch. Howdy. We're trying to build with the card of the day Finality. It's not going to be a great deck, but it's going to be a deck. And welcome. And I keep saying it's not going to be a great deck so that I don't get disappointed when I don't immediately make something awesome. Let's put Finality in, and it's definitely a 3 of because I want it early and often. We also want some Tetushka. Again, at this point, I'm putting stuff in first and worrying about price second. Noticing that I have put in 1, 2, 3, 4 different events that cost at least a credit, and several of them several credits. So that's 11 targets for Ghost Tongue. I think we have enough justification for Ghost Tongue, which incidentally is another drip core damage. I would want to get this one card earlier, not later, maybe 2 copies and then throw away one of them. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. What else? What is by any means? No. No. Oh, am I on the wrong collection? I do that sometimes. Yep, we are in standard, please. So whatever is not in standard, I don't want to be seeing by mistake. Thank you. All right, back. What else? I like liberated accounts. Quick money and slow money is good money. Uh, how am I getting in? That's a great question. I haven't come up with a breaker suite or package yet. I definitely want some recursion to get back what's bad and lost. So really, it sounds like I'm just building pile of power, where I just have a bunch of good stuff and I win with it. Paperclip is great. What have I done in the past, or what do other people do? Let's take a look at what other people do. Stay on page. Let's open a separate window. Deck lists. Mm, mm. AI criminal Esa isn't real. Mayfly is interesting. So this is just going purely get me in and win, get me in and win, get me in and win. Is that good enough? Is that good enough? That might be good enough. Now that I think about it. Specifically if I combine it with Flame Out. I don't know how expensive Flame Out is, but if I can drop a Flame Out and then use that to power my breakers, that could be good. Coffee Asa. I like Buzzsaw. I guess part of me really just wants to have the joy of playing Finality, and I need to like think bigger than that. Let's put in some money, put in some money. All of these event monies are particularly valuable. A little bit of faster card draw never hurt anybody. Am I going pure bin breakers? No, these are really bad breakers. I'll take a buzzsaw for sure. What's that new card that lets me get back a card that I lost if I run for it? Torga breakout? Yeah, let's get 2 of those. Mining accident is still legal? Yeah, I'll take a mining accident. I can see many situations where I'm happy for a mining accident. Wildcat is money or cards. That's a win-win. Okay, so we have a ton of money, some very simple breakers, but not any good way to find them. We don't have a lot of card draw. So most of our game is going to be clicking for cards and then trying to play money cards out of our hand as fast as possible. We have no means of increasing our hand size. I do like the idea of Hippocampic Mechanocytes. 1 meat plus 2 hand size just seems really good. So we'll definitely add that. I also like the idea of an extra click every turn, but I'm not gonna include that. Should I do 2 of these just to make sure I find it early? I don't need this early. I don't need this early. I need it eventually, but I don't need it early. What else do I not need early but need eventually? Hand size. That's not how you search, huh? No matter. Oh, it won't be an event. It'll be a hardware that I'm looking for. No, no, no. All right, let's see the notes. How do you actually search for these things? There used to be a glossary that you could use to see all the search terminology, but I don't know where to find that anymore. Man, I am rusty. Next time I decide to build something live, I'm definitely going to look stuff up beforehand so that I can do it more smoothly. We're set on the identity. Let's look over what we want to use as breakers here because we have not used any influence. Let's do Botulus. I like Botulus. Botulus is good. Botulus gets you in a couple places. Remember, if you're just dogpiling R&D, there's nothing wrong with botulusing R&D. And if I have an overclock, I can't overclock because I'm trying specifically to get in the legit way. Hush, imp, leech, quad. Leech is good. Leech plus fixed strength breakers actually has a lot of potential. Here's a crazy thought. What about endurance? Boat is bad in no deck. It uses most of my influence. 2 copies means I'll find one eventually, and it's the ultimate AI breaker. It supports all of my weaker options. It gets me in when I have to. I think I just made my own sale. Bessie. Helps dig for stuff. Numbers aren't terrible. Actually, the numbers are terrible. Numbers are atrocious. This one is a fixed strength breaker that comes in at a rather high strength, and it breaks 2 for 2. It's going to end up being more expensive than paperclip in most situations. I'm probably passing on that. Yeah, I'm probably passing on that. Uh, I definitely need hand size. There's no question, but hippocampic is +2. I've got to think what else gives me hand size. You're right. I would definitely consider using marrow for the hand size. But what I'm trying specifically to do is see if there's a way I can just storm through R&D repeatedly. And I don't know anything that helps do that better than endurance. It's 3 hand size for 2. That's yeah, that's really, really good. That's actually just obscenely good. They haven't yet given the console that lets you install 2 consoles. That'd be nutty. Um, no, Marrow is almost certainly the better choice, but I don't want to do Marrow. I want to do more Boat. But I need to figure out how I can look up all the different variations on hand size. That's gonna be key here. Card search, hand size. That's not how you do it. I swear it used to be as simple as typing X colon and then the word you were looking for. So like S was subtype. Nah, it's not it. Show me everything. Hand. Nothing searching. Syntax. There we go. Syntax index, please. Stay on page. Stay on page. Don't lose my deck. Lost my deck too many times. Uh, card aliases. Some examples. T colon assets. Search for all assets. X colon make a run. Search for all cards with text. Make a run. Yeah, that right there. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. Okay. And let's do that. X colon make a run. That didn't work. What about if we do this? Stay on page, open a different page, do the same thing. That worked. Okay, so let's do that for hand size. Wow, there's a lot of options, and many of these are no longer legit. So let's see. Brain chip, no. We're automatically not looking at consoles. It's got to be something that's not going to just die to tagging. Let's immediately sort by source. LLDS memory diamond. Memory diamond is expensive. Oh, it's terminal directive. I don't even know if those are legit anymore. And don't we have a different memory diamond now that's much cheaper and doesn't give you the link? Yeah. The hippocampus gives me 2, but it's unique, so I can't get more than that out of it. Origami, I'm pretty sure isn't legit anymore. T400 memory diamond's what I was thinking of. I would be using the T400 to make up for the damage I was doing to myself. This deck would end up with way too much MU and way too little value. Yeah, until I can come up with a nice. Nice, good to know. I will add that next time. But yeah, until I come up with a use for having excessive memory, I think that it doesn't make sense to use all of my influence on something that only sort of helps me get through ice. There's going to be other ways to get through ice that is more efficient. So let's bite the bullet, go with Marrow. It's 3 hand size. It's what you're needing here. You got the Mechanocytes if you go very far with sabotaging yourself fully. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good targets for Career Fair, which is a pet card of mine, so I'm including it not because it's good, because it's my pet card. Paperclip Buzzsaw. Pardon me. All right, let's look for decoders. And we've already confirmed that you can't look for things here. So let's open our search window and look for decoder. And once again, you said Z current and B active. So let's do that as well. Z current, B active. Well, we can import anything we like at this stage. There's no reason to restrict ourselves to just criminal stuff because we have nothing but free. And clearly, this deck is not sufficiently thought out yet. But part of the fun for me is literally just trying stuff and seeing what sticks. I think maybe we just go with Unity. It's absolutely solid. It doesn't get overly built. Inversificator is interesting, but very expensive to build for considering I'm not really building around it or with it or for it. And Golo. And Golo is a great idea. And Golo helps me get to the point where I can just spend a whole lot of money and get in where I need to get in. And Golo is the pseudo AI that I think I'm looking for in this deck. It's very expensive, but it lets me get in when I need to get in. And that's not without value. Isn't Shiv the one that trashes itself? Let's take a look. Shiv. I'm not even seeing Shiv on the list. Maybe it rotated? uh Hyperbaric, I'm not willing to invest 10 credits to break ice. This is not a lock deck. This is a get in, get in, get in. Oh, too late, game is over deck. Uh if I wanted a lock deck, I would go back to playing my World Tree and I can finally close some of these windows that I'm not using. Yeah, I would rather build a bad deck and play than build a good deck and not have a chance to play. So I'm going to, as I said, learn by doing. Let's try this, fail, and then move on. Money, money, cards, cards, a whole bunch of stuff that makes me powerful, a whole bunch of stuff that's slow and steady. What is just generally good stuff? All right, let's look at what other programs I can utilize in faction to make me better. I like the fermenter call out. I like the fermenter call out a lot. It absolutely takes advantage of the fact that I have a system, a lot of MU that's just not doing anything half the time. Um, one, two. I have two decoders and no sentry breakers, so I'm gonna need a killer sooner or later. And I think MK Ultra is good for just it. I will not be deprived of it. Is this the Matryoshka deck? No, this has no means of drawing. This is so not the Matryoshka deck. Niffer is interesting. I'd love to build a Niffer deck one day. Let's program load 3 power cards on empty trash. Right? You make 6 run, you may remove one. NGA is interesting. It stacks with the rest of my trash effects. Time Bomb also apparently is just good. I should probably go Time Bomb. Yeah, let's put Time Bomb on the list. Time Bomb apparently is just more sabotage options, which don't take a lot to put down. And it's the hardware slot, so it's even harder to worry about. And 3 is a lot. So we are at an incredibly lopsided deck with no card draw, so to speak of. Um, what's that card that lets you get a whole bunch of cards at once? This one. Yeah. 2 Moshings, please. We don't like our killer. We don't like our setup for breaking ice. We have a pseudo AI. We have a code gatebreaker, killer, fractor. We have virtually no recursion. We have poor money. We have good event money options, and not much else. Uh, you know what this feels like? This feels like someone put a gun to my head and said, "Build a deck. You have 5 seconds," and then gave me a, a pile of stuff that I had to build out of. Is Nuka? I haven't heard of Nuka. Let's take a look at Nuka. This is fun. By the way, for all of you in chat who are calling stuff out, thank you so much. This is a lot of fun. Oh, Nuka Vrolik. I thought it was we were talking Anarch cards. That might be better than importing. Wait, where's Inject? Is Inject still legal? Inject's not legal. Or is it just not an event? I just don't have events turned on. Inject's not legal. That's a shame. This is clearly a deck that wants Inject. Oh, Zero, absolutely 100% agreed. This is not a good choice to include. This is, as I said before, this is a pet card for me. It's not a card that belongs in this deck. It's just one that I like. I don't draw enough cards to make it justifiable to keep. The fact that I'm keeping it at all just tells you that I have a brain tumor. Okay, wait, sorry. I don't mean that literally. I don't mean to offend anyone who actually has a brain tumor. What I mean is I have a exploitable weakness. Wait, whoa. This card exists? Oh, it says breach. It doesn't say successful run. You can't get 3 successful runs in one run. That would have been really good. Yeah, I agree. Moshing is the new inject does have a certain ring of truth to it. And since this deck is sorely lacking draw, let's get more of that. We got 1, 2 bin breakers. Let's for security. We have 2 different decoders, so we don't need a third. Uh, we have way too much unused influence. So what's that one that's bad in no deck? That lets you remove tags, make runs, expose stuff. Old world champion card. Names failing on me. It's the Deuces. Deuces Wild. Yeah, there we go. Let's put some deuces in. just because it's a draw when I need it, it's money when I need it, and Lord knows I'm gonna need both. Uh, Still gonna be short on hand size. If I get even half of the core damage off that I expect to get off, this is gonna be +2. This is gonna be +2 for a total of +4, +5 core. Oh, sorry, +4. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 core damage taken ish. It'll probably work itself out. I'm gonna. I choose to ignore the risks here. I mean, we play Netrunner, right? So. Okay. Real talk time. There's a couple things that this deck clearly is lacking. One of them is being too big. The draw issue. Uh, I don't have to install very much. It looks like my final rig configuration is 2 credits, 4 credits, 8, 13, 15, 19, and change. At most 20 credits. So I'm not actually that far behind money wise as I thought I was. Um, Now there's a card that lets you, was it Gachapon? Gachapon that lets me dig specifically for a program or virtual resource. Get it and then shuffle 3 and then remove. So this is literally for a you couldn't find the one program you needed, dig hard for it situation. I think I will put a Gachapon in. I think that's valuable. I don't think I need double recursion. I think I need to play better and not need to recur. But I'll keep it handy because it's still better than some of the other stuff I got. This could potentially be cards. This is cards. This is cards. Uh, is my identity digital? I'm pretty sure I'm a cyborg. Yeah, so this would just be money per run, which, while not bad, is not amazing either. What's Devil Charm do? Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot, actually. I like the idea of just quickly getting something into Buzzsaw MK Ultra range and just get me in. The logic, the mental logic of just get me in, just get me in, just get me in is a good logic. Uh, I'm not running enough stuff to be. And what does Friday Chip do? No, not Friday Chip. I was thinking of the. I think something else. Zero. Zero is a way to draw cards consistently and get some cash while doing it. And considering my deck is likely to be full of money. I don't need that. All right, here's the situation, guys. This deck is bad, bloated, not very well thought out, but I would rather play it as is and then go back and fix it than fix it first and not get around to playing because I took too long building it. It contains not one, not two, but at least 3 cards that I've either not played before or not seen in play, and I'm excited to try it. I need to cut 5 cards because there's no way that I'm going to run a bloated deck that doesn't have enough draw. The Chatushkas stay. That's a win condition for me. The Finality stays. That's the point of the deck. Botulus is good. Fermenter is good. Gachapon, Devil Charm. I think we cut the Gachapon at this point and just accept our fate if we can't find the breaker we need. Thing is, if Paperclip is at the bottom of our deck, we lose the game. Actually, well, no, we Botulus our way in. Yeah, or we Ngolo our way in. We have at least 2 or 3 answers. Marrow is a requirement, but not urgently, because, well, I'd like to see it sooner than later. 2 is probably okay. Exactly. What was that famous line? We're doing it live. Okay, cut 5, cut 5. Career Fair is the pet card that has to go. Hey guys, there's a ton of influence not used. So anybody quickly call out a high influence. You should just include this since you're not thinking option, and I'll try to throw that in instead. Wildcat Strike and Sure Gamble and Steelskin and Moshing and Labor Rights, Devil Charm. I think the Devil Charm is gonna be the surprise I need to get through once. And it's nice that I can pre-install it. World Tree. Ordinarily, I'd say yes to World Tree because I'm in love, but I have nothing to install with World Tree. It barely will work on my stuff. Bravado. Bravado's good. Bravado is money for running. I like Bravado. Sure. Uh, and I can use that to eat some influence. What is Zenith Chip? I've never heard of it. Oh, oh, that is tasty. It's more core, it's hardware, and it's putting me to 51 cards. Oh my god. Am I ever gonna get this deck down? But I'm not gonna get this deck down if I just want to make everything good go in it. This reminds me of when I play Slay the Spire, and my character is already ahead of the power curve, so I'm at the point that I can get away with putting anything I want in the deck. And then I just keep adding powers so that I have like a huge pile of power, and I don't need a strategy because I'm just gonna be powerful. All right, so here's where we're gonna cut the fermenter because I have plenty of event monies, so I'm probably going to be using event money most of the time. We're going to cut the mining accident because the odds are as good as not. Well, actually, I'm going to be getting a run on archive sooner or later to go and access my sabotage, so maybe I do want to keep one of. Finality, dirty. Do we need dirty laundry? Do we need dirty laundry? Is that the best use for money cards? I don't want to run for fun. I want to run only when it's a power run. I want to use run events, so I probably want money cards that just give me money without conditionals. Two more cuts. Can always do one more cut and pretend we did two more cuts. We could double up on some important. We're not trying to add. We're trying to take away. Never mind. I forgot I was doing it for a sec. Oh my god, you guys, this is so much fun right now. I can't express how much fun it is to just mess around with this stuff and know that I'm gonna be diving headfirst into trouble. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put a diesel in because we have the influence for it, and we're gonna cut a lesser drawing card instead. Uh, whatever a lesser drawing card would be in this context. Scarring, I'm probably gonna get free draw off of at some point. Moshing is good. Wildcat Strike is probably a lesser drawing card, and because I can't make up my mind, we're gonna keep it at. We're just gonna go for it. This is enough cards. All right. So we are ready. If I was, how to save, and let's make this happen. That is not how you make this happen. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to play with this thing. It's gonna be hilarious. My goal isn't necessarily to win. My goal is to see, after having played with this, how good do I feel about uh, taking core damage with Esa, and how good do I feel about specifically how do I feel about taking core damage with Esa, and how good do I feel about the card of the day, namely the finality. Uh, and if I can't log in, this is going to be a very short video after all. Oh, fifth time's the charm. Righty. Oh yeah, my World Tree games have been a lot of fun as well, but it's time to make something of myself. Final. Alright. Now we play the waiting game. Not waiting that long. Howdy. Good luck, have fun. Mind if I stream? And give him a few seconds to say no. And off we go. Okay, Asa group goes ride with remotes, makes ice into remotes that does icy things. Finality in the opening hand with slow money only. I think we mulligan this. I want fast money to start the game. Oh my god, we opened with Ghost Tongue and Wildcat and Finale. Okay, well, this is a beautiful opener. This is a beautiful, beautiful opening hand. Uh, I I can't wait to see how we mess it up. I think I have game audio turned on this time, so let me do y'all the courtesy of not making you go deaf by turning that on first and lowering the volume. All right, so he moneyed with a credit, he ASA'd, and he installed on a remote, presumably a Rashida, if I had to guess. What he doesn't know is that we have Finality good to go. So we should just Finality immediately. The only thing making me hesitate is I want to Ghost Tongue first. I take a 1 in 1, 2, 3, 4 shot at killing my Finality if I do, which would be awful. I think I draw first, then Ghost Tongue, and then make the Finality play. Perfect. What did we lose? We lost our draw card. Yeah, we'll definitely draw, please. What's he gonna sabotage? Looks like he went 2 from R&D. Well, that's gonna let us dig a little deeper. Drafter, Bladderwort, Fairchild 3.0, Iligavar Bifurcation. I just realized my mistake. It's the first time, isn't it? I thought by taking multiple cores in the same turn, I would manage to do more, but that did not play out. Well, we're definitely getting money and cards here. So, and now the game is already interesting. Whenever this event is trashed from your grip, I'm assuming trashed and discarded are different, so I'm not going to do that. I'm never going to be rich enough to play Earthrise, so let's just pitch it and move along. And it's not fast money with the Rashida, it's slow money, so that's even better. So that was a bad first turn for me. I did not realize my sequencing error, or I would probably not have Ghost Tongued. I probably would have just gone for Singleton. He now has 2 ice that we know of, Fairchild 3.0 and Drafter. My instinct is that he's going to Fairchild R&D and Drafter HQ. That's what I would do. I can botulus the potential Fairchild R&D blindly and be fairly safe that it's a good call. So I think we need to draw right away. Draw, daily casts, and then fast money if I find it. Okay. Not sure what that would be. Maybe it's the core damage card. Maybe. Draw. Oh, we got a fast money. Draw. Fast money and slow money. Remember, our goal this game is to hit him with all the finalities. For sure. More than that, I don't know. Is he trashing it or is he upgrading it? He's definitely getting Asa value on all these clicks. One of these is Drafter, the other one is Fairchild. It occurs to me that with Fairchild 3.0, I can just click through it. Yeah, so if I'm in a position to do first click finality, I should probably take the opportunity. Is server 2 an agenda? Almost doesn't matter. It's not like I'm getting in. So the fact that he paused that long before his last click and then clicked for a credit on 8 credits tells me that this was something he wanted to decide whether to advance or do something about and couldn't. I'm pretty sure that that is an agenda. So let's do a free skillstone scarring for rapid growth and then make up some decisions. I think we just set up here. Code Gate Breaker to break Fairchild 3.0 is a losing proposition. This is going to cost more money than I will ever get this game. I think lib, take the money, install. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Lib, take the money, and install. Just massively give me some money because I am too poor to do any more game right now. So yeah, despite all of the money events and the Ghost Tongue on turn 1, this deck is incredibly poor. It's not building a good financial engine. It very much feels like a draft deck at this point. Then again, we did manage to get our sabotage. We did manage to get a first turn access. These are all good things. What could that be? It's not a 3 advanced 2-pointer like I'd hoped. All of his 4 advanced 2-pointers are now 2 advanced 2-pointers, so I'm on a clock. Clearly, it's harder than I thought to just keep sabotaging. Time Bomb's good. Time Bomb is really good in this situation, actually. It's the kind of thing that you can just slap down, let it do its job, and then keep going while you're waiting for it to do its job. I think I need to time my finality run with a time bomb for maximal effect. I also need to hit Marrow. I also need to hit or Hippocampic, and I also need to drop my Buzzsaw at some point. It is notable that the entire strategy I have right now is based on the fact that I know 2 of his ice, and I'm fairly sure one of these is Drafter and the other is Fairchild 3.0. The fact that I know Fairchild 3.0 exists has gotten me a lot of value, and that all is made possible by having made that first rapid run. Heavy money, draw. Is there anything in hand that I can't afford to lose? Not really. I have a backup decoder. There it is, the backup decoder I was talking about. Okay, so what's it gonna be here? Ah, I'm glad I didn't run that. So he's got money, he's got ice, he's got protected assets. I have gone through a third of my deck and found one of my 6 major sabotage events. Not unbelievably lucky or unbelievably unlucky, just reasonable. There it is, the core damage comes in hard. Yeah, I'll draw. And what did I lose to core damage? Ghost Tongue. Yay. Hand size is quite limited now. And he's re-resing for even more money. That's fine. I'll have to go and trash that actually at some point. After he reses it, I'll have to go trash it. I think I blind run archives. I wanna get in on HQ, so I think let's commit to getting into HQ this turn. With Chestushka, I mean. And then we'll take archives. So let's sequence this correctly. It's gonna be Ngolo, money, Chestushka, archives. That's correct. Ngolo, money, Chestushka, and then archives. I am 4 hands. Okay, I don't know what's in archives, so I don't want to risk this. So 2, 4, 5, 6 credits. Yeah, that's fine. 2, match and fully bake, 4, 5, 6 credits, and reach. Oh no, 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 no. That's perfect. That's exactly what he needed, exactly when he needed it. And we'll check archives to see if he's been honest or if he's been. Oh, there was an ontological dependence. I am so glad that I got rid of the spin doctor and checked it. Are you serious? Are we serious right now? Am I missing this? Okay, fair enough. There's been at least 3 damages done against my hand that have dodged that. He can fast advance his other ontological, and that would put me down to hand size like 2. Oh, that's smart. But it's a little premature. A little premature, because I'm absolutely going to trash that. Unless he. Hmm. Hate to click to draw 3, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Uh, draw 3. Perfect. Hippocampic. Did we lose the finality? I'm so sad. I lost all the cards I wanted. And I think we do take out not Jackson, Spin Doctor. If I had to read the situation, he's gonna try and score out Eligvar Bifurcation from hand and give me another core damage, and then de-res this to draw an extra 2 cards. So that's why I'm going in to get rid of it now. Labor rights and what? Katorga breakout, that's fine. I'm getting desperate and not thinking correctly. Slow down, think things through. At this point, I can go in and trash that for 3. I can go in and trash that for 3. Yes, please. Start the turn. Let's draw. If I run here and trash that for 3, run and check archives, drop this and draw, that's a very reasonable turn. But then I guaranteed lose my finality that I really want to play. I need to leave myself an opportunity to play that card. Do I just draw twice? Yep. I'm gonna lose one card at random from hand. This is almost certainly Fairchild 3. So let's run archives. Let's run Finality against R&D. Let's Time Bomb. Draw 3, gain 3, trash 3 is just smart. Let's just do that. It's not letting me do it. Why? Oh, I have to trash 3 first. Ugh, no, forget that. Just get money, please. I thought it was draw first, trash second. Yeah, forget that. I hope to lose that card to Bladder Ward. I can definitely get rid of some Moshings in this deck. Okay, so this is the turn he's going for the Elegavar off of HQ. What did I lose to? Is he too rich for Bladder Ward? No. He got the Time Bomb, that's what he got. I think we Finality, and then we Archives. And we're not going to get the luxury of doing both, so we'll just take one. Because we're going to have to triple click our way through. Yeah. Oh, good. Now we don't have to take 1 damage per turn. That actually makes this play a lot more viable. Unless he just draws cards. No, he's got money. He's got money. Okay, so if he pays 6, he drops below the Bladderwort threshold. I can't triple click through. I have to pay to break, which means I have to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I can afford. So draw. No, I want to trash this card. So click. Go. Yes. Oh, a time bomb. How timely. Probably from hand, right? It's got to be from hand. He's been doing a lot of drawing. He certainly has some cards he doesn't need. What is he? Yep, 2 from hand. Perfect. Continue to movement. Continue to encounter. Okay, it wasn't what I thought it was. Okay, well, let's encounter and then decide. It's 2 to make it a code gate, it's 2 more to boost, and it's 3 to break. 7 credits. Is it worth it? Installing a card from HQ or Archives, I don't know what he's got, but there's got to have at least 1 juice in there. Trash an installed runner card, he could kill me on hand size at this point. I think I have to break it all. So, yeah, let's do this. Boop. And match and fully break. Reach. Oh no, he has the spin doctor. I was worried about that possibility, but I couldn't. Wait, what? Why is he using the spin doctor? Oh, that's a terrible plan. He doesn't have to use a spin doctor yet. And what if I sabotaged it? Oh, he may have sabotaged it early. That's fine. Okay. And he wanted to thin out what's available for me to steal. Okay, that's fine. Let's run archives next. Let's drop the time bomb and draw a card so I don't die. Except we do the opposite order. Yeah, we're not doing that. Boom. No money in hand. We made it to 6 points. All right, boys. So with this incredibly lousy deck, we have managed to make it to 2 points, to 1 point away from game point. That's actually not bad. I know it sounds like I'm damning with faint praise, but truly, like, look, we're playing against a meat grinder, and we haven't managed to die yet. He could probably fast advance off Dupestun and kill us at this stage. I would be very surprised if he couldn't, unless we suffer core damage. You may draw a card to sabotage too. Yeah, I have to suffer the damage first. I don't get to draw first. All he has to do is, oh, if he's drawing, that means he doesn't have the win yet. My God, he doesn't have the win yet. Unless he was looking for a fast advance trick. I don't know. I'm confused by that, but only a little. Oh, wow. Okay, so he went full out on the draw plan. Uh, wait. Did you just deck yourself? How? Doesn't Onto cap at 2? Oh, that was the Wayland one. Ah, yeah. That's right. That's right. So ontological dependence gets all the way down to 0 advance. What I'm referencing here is there's a 6-2 agenda in Wayland that gets cheaper the more tags. I think it is the more tags you have. And this one is different. I I disagree. I absolutely think this was a close game and recognize, and this was not an optimized slash strong possible deck. But I had forgotten. I didn't realize it scaled to 0. The Chrysium on HQ to counter Chastushka set me back a lot. I'm still impressed how well Finality came through. GG. Thanks for the games. All right, so let's review. First things first. Whoever said to include Mero, your advice gets a definite plus plus. Oh my God, you're Sandgren. That guys, you're Sandgren. Totally watching my stream and said hi. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Hi, dude, I love your stream. Thank you so much for everything you've done for the Netrunner community. You and Andre from Metropole Grid are like legit some of my favorite streamers to watch, and getting a grip. Oh yes, sorry you can't stick around. I'm glad you got to watch the game in progress and such. And please don't judge me too harshly. This is not, I promise you, my optimal level of skill or what have you. This is me just having a good time. But have a good time. I did, and thank you so much for coming around. With the yeah, with that knockout, I'm satisfied to a point with this deck. Uh oh, I only made change to a champion Asa deck before Parhelion U2. That was real close. I thought that was GG. Oh man, I missed his goodbye. Uh so yeah, I'm satisfied to a point with this deck. I do not believe for a second that this is by any means an optimal deck. And please let's not imagine that it was that me saying that this was optimal is happening. It's not. But you'll notice that I made 7 runs in the entire game. And we can probably deduce what they were. I made a Chatushka, I had a turn 1 finality, I had a late game finality, and I think I made a run against a Bladderwort and a Jackson. Sorry, a Spin Doctor. And I think that's about it, guys. The Chatushka run didn't go off. That's all it took for my opponent to feel like the game could have gone either way. So this deck has no teeth. This deck is terrible. But this concept of run a Anarch, an Esa, and use the Esa to blast your opponent with finality over and over and over, that does have teeth. And if I took the time to actually turn this into a real list with like an economic engine, I was so focused on the attack, I wasn't actually paying attention to the engine at all. I mean, I installed 1 breaker that whole game. Like, this was not me building a deck. If I put, like, I don't know, the companion package or something in here and actually made a robust deck on both halves, I feel like this could do something. Something nasty. And Miro was an absolute requirement. Being able to sabotage every time he scored as well as every time I as well as boosting the hand size by 2 in faction was very helpful. Alrighty. Well, so much for the finality card of the day. Let me take a look at the clock. It looks like we've still got folks watching. So hi everybody. Thank you so much for coming out and seeing and being. I think I'm going to try my hand at oh hang on a second. Mind if I stream? Always gotta ask permission. And I oh wait a second. Sorry. Just saw startup. My bad. Good luck, have fun. Um, I think I'm going to take one more run at whatchamacallit, the world tree, or as I like to call it, WUrld tree deck that I'm so fond of. For those of you who have been watching my streams or on my YouTube channel, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel or my Twitch stream, you do not have to, but please do. Uh, it would uh, it would be nice to be able to have some regularity in that regard. I would like to have this deck list handy where I can peek at it. So let me open a separate Jinteki.net tab here so I can easily pull it up mid-game when I inevitably forget what is in my deck, which with this deck happens more often than I would care to admit. It doesn't let you do that. That's unfortunate. I'd like to have one open to one thing, one open to another, but that's not an option. All right, no matter. Anyway, we'll wait for a game. So for those of you not familiar with it, I strongly recommend taking a peek at some of the content already on my channel so that you can see kind of what it is that I've been getting up to with this deck. Um, Good luck, have fun. But I'm a huge fan of it. It's one of my favorite decks currently, and you'll get to see now. It's not Isuak, it's PE Classic. And he's turn one keep. That's not good. My goals for turn one are always are always money and flame out. I have something that can turn into a flame out, and I don't have money. That's not the end of the world or Cabinessa's world, but I think I can do better, so I will mulligan. That is a really bad opening hand. Double Mayfly. I shouldn't have taken the mulligan. Um, I need Mayflies to get in, and I've just lost all of them but one. But I do have some cheap resources that I can slap down. So 1, 2, 3 draw is reasonable. 1, 2 click to draw 3, and then take a fast money if I get it is reasonable. I think it's Nuka, draw 3, take some money. That's probably the correct answer. So Nuka, draw 3. Oh my god, no money. This is the worst opener I've ever had. Slow money is better than no money. Misdirection and pawn shop for value is something. Yeah, 2 clicks for 3 credits is probably ideal here. It's probably the best I'm going to accomplish, I mean. And next turn we'll dig 3 again, and then we'll see what we get. Well, I was due to eventually have a bad opener, so here we go. Now, I need to be careful. There's a lot of ways to kill me. I suspect he's going to go for hand size reduction shenanigans. Because that's what I've been meaning to build with this PE. He's leaving R&D open, so he's not worried about multi-access. I wonder if this is going to turn into a hit points or key game. If so, I have the ultimate solution to that. Lots and lots of hit points. Maybe? Oh, yeah. Thank you. Maybe there's something to that. Maybe I should stop thinking of this as a World Tree game and start thinking of this as a Jinteki game. Draw 3. Well, now we have everything we need. Let's get money. Let's get Flame out. And I guess I'll get an SMC or Beth. Beth is going to pay off right away. SMC will take longer. Or not SMC, sorry. Symbol chip. Beth is fine. Okay. If he can kill me from here, I deserve it. I don't know what he could do. Moon Pool shenanigans, maybe. I can't afford to let my hand size go too low against him. I can lose both these Mayflies as long as I have a Symbol chip down. And my deck should have more than one Symbol chip, right? I should have a couple. Yeah, I have 3. That's perfect. Clot is going to be useful in this matchup. So he's gone very wide. Are we Aesop's pawn shopping anything? No. We will not get any value for anything this turn. That's fine. I think we drop the Symbol chip. And then we just start running stuff. Let's run server 4 because he doesn't think I'm going to run it. And then we recover whatever damage I take. Okay, no damage. Do I let him keep the Spin Doctor? Yeah, I need money more than I need him not to have money. Do I run last click? No. Do I take another click of running? Yeah, I have plenty of cards to lose. I can still die here. There's a lot of loops that result in me dead, but he would need money to trigger most things, and he doesn't have a lot of it. Let's check server 3. Keep looking. With this many cards out. Well, that's not stealable now. But here's the fun part. I know where it is. So I can go back and get it later, potentially. I guess... Is it time to put down the tree, or not yet? Nah, not yet. I need money, and I don't have it. He's trying to convince me this is a clearinghouse. I don't believe it. I'm pretty sure clearinghouse doesn't work that way. I think it builds counters over time and what have you. If it is a clearinghouse, there are loops that can kill me already. But if this is just the Obokata flat out, what he should do is install something on it, trash it, and then know that he can spin doctor it. Not yet, like obviously not until I'm threatening it, but nothing right now stops me from just drawing a bunch of cards and taking it. Oh, you know what he can kill me with is Reaper Protocol. Reaper Protocol doesn't cost anything. I think that's what it's called, Reaper Protocol. Or whatever it's called. It costs 3 to trash, deals 2 damage at start of turn, but he would need a lot more money than he has. If he was actively threatening that, he would be discarding cards. Yeah, so as much as I'm trying to make a world tree happen, this is not the game for it. This is a time where I need to realize get your income engine going and hand his hit points. And then just play that way. I have the ability to break into server, so there's no point installing my rig, as it were. Um, my rig is just things for him to target. Let's review what my rig is so I can make up my mind. I have a lot of money cards. I have Cyberdelia, which isn't going to come into play probably. I have Endurance, which I'll want eventually. I've got Symbol Chips for if I'm wrong. I've got Arbinger. Arbinger's good. I should get an Arbinger going soon. I need to Aesop's Pawn Shop something. If I pawn ship the Mayfly, that's not a good move. I'm probably not getting a lot of Beth value this game. He hasn't shown any desire to get money, but eventually he's going to find his money cards and they'll start paying off. Is 3 credits now worth more credits later? Probably not. Let's take clicks. Beth and pawns. Do I get rid of this? Nah, don't. Okay. Draw. And then what? Do we draw or do we click here for woo and SMC out something? I don't have the money. Draw. Ooh, there we go. Draw. We're telegraphing that we want to go and take the Obokata protocol right now. If I do, I go down to 1 card in hand at the end of turn, which is not good. So let's not do it. He's giving me plenty of time to think. Let's just get some money. And Geofront. See? It's a good thing we didn't do it. We're going to get a free card draw off that, because there's no way he spends all his money. But now he has enough money to trigger Reaper protocols or what have you, so we'll see what's next. I'm not clotting him if that's what he's waiting for. I can't even if I want to. I don't have that kind of money yet. If I click SMC overclock run, pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overclock credits plus 6, I can get the world tree down. But again, what do I need the world tree for? To refresh my resources. That's it. And honest to goodness, the game is probably going fast enough that I won't need that. Beth is now valuable, so we're very glad we kept her. We're not gonna. Yeah, we're gonna sack this. He's not fast advance. He doesn't need to fast advance. He can slow advance till the cows come home. So, do we just draw a bunch and then steal the oboe? I don't need Flameout. I don't need Aesops. I don't need Pinhole. I don't need Overclock, and I don't need Spare Mayflies. Unless he has an instant deal 1 net damage, I should just go for it. And I don't know of any trick that would deal 1 net damage on steal. In fact, I know the opposite. I know a card that reveals the hand and removes if you steal an agenda or score an agenda. Oh my god! Hey Mark, how's it going? I mean, Dominion Prime, how's it going? Lols. Yeah, so because it's a Jinteki, I think we do the stupid. And before he realizes that he can prevent me from doing this, I'm just gonna go and take that Obokata for myself, please. And if he can kill me, I want to see how. Well, I'm not dead. That's the important thing. Dirty Laundry, Cleaver, and MU. Alright. Yeah, I mean, unless he's going to show me some ice that I have to be afraid of that a Mayfly with 9 credits on it isn't getting into, this is not the game to spend 10 credits building a big rig. And oh, are you seriously giving me an extra click every turn? Oh, you kind soul. I need to look up Clearinghouse because he took the time to say Clearinghouse in chat, which makes me worry that he's got one, and I don't want to misread what it does. When your turn begins, you may trash to deal 1 meat damage for each hosted encounter. Okay, yeah, so if this is the Clearinghouse, which is what he's, trying to imply, then that's what he's trying to do. But I actually think it's the Urtica cipher, where if you access it, do 2 net damage plus 1 for each hosted net counter, so 4 net damage, you die. What's fun is that normally you'd be worrying about Death of Thousand Cuts, and that's just not going to apply to my deck. Do I want to pawn shop anything? Nah. I have money and I got 5 clicks. I feel very good right now. Let's first start by drawing. We have enough hit points to tank a lot of damage, so let's check server 8 first. Hey, we found the clearinghouse! And no hostile infrastructure went up, so yeah, bye-bye. Then server 1 or R&D? Let's check R&D. We can tank a snare pretty well right now. Actually, we can't, because we can't move the tag. Just be patient. Let's check server 1. It's been sitting there all game. I'm nervous. It's the snare! Ha ha! So here's a fun fact. You should not trash it here. I know it looks tempting, but unless you're worried about him putting an upgrade on top of it, which, be reasonable, what upgrade will it be? He is going to have to now do a proactive action to get that out of the board, and then shuffle it back in. If I trash it for him, I'm giving him free archives targets to make my life miserable with. Next turn, I get 2 credits off daily casts and pawn shop it for 3. Probably. Okay. Trick of light off his battery for blood in the water? It's gotta be blood in the water. What else could it be? Knives. Okay, so he is actually doing the death of 1,000 cuts approach, which kind of totally works for me in this deck. Reaver would be nice, but I don't need it, so I'm not going to use it. That's the point. You're constantly asking the question, not can I do something, but should I? Even Conduit, which seems like such an obvious choice here, I'm not looking to rapid dig through a deck full of trappy shenanigans against PE. Let's draw, draw, draw. There's the Reaver. First time you trash an install card, it's when I trash it, so no. I could install it for 2 and trash for 3 or something. I don't know. The frustrating part is this is not the game I wanted to play. I wanted to play a standard WUrld tree, but maybe I still can. Maybe I can set up a Steve Cambridge eventually. It's not worth installing World Tree against him, and I shouldn't run last click. That's a born to lose deal. What do I know? I know what server 1 is. I know that this was worth getting 2 counters off of, so it's probably a Urtica Cipher and not an agenda. So this is the only unknown on the board. Let's just draw to full, and then next turn we'll start attacking stuff again. And we will pawn shop this next turn. Rather than take 2, we'll take 3. There's no way, correct, to get the 2 credits off of this and then trash it with this before it's empty. So yeah, pretty sure best I can do. Alright, that's cute and all, but I know that this one isn't an agenda, so this is the only one I don't know. Take clicks. Aesop's pawn shop this, please. I'm fairly confident that this is nothing good for me. So I think I'm gonna draw up more cannon fodder handed fodder. Run it, whatever it is to defuse it, it's fine. There's only a handful of traps I'm actually afraid of. 3 damage from Urtica is perfectly reasonable. Okay, well, it's a cerebral overwriter. This guy is going all out with all the fun tricks. Hand size is reduced to 4. Um, before we lose any more value, let's run R&D. And then we'll play a card from hand if he doesn't. Oh, okay. Don't know what he could be shuffling back. Presumably it's he. You're picking the wrong time to trash that. Do I give him a moon pool? Definitely not. Moon pool gives him a lot of options, and I don't want him to have any. And there. Okay. So we've got an Urtica Cipher, a snare. I don't remember. Did I ever see server 2? I don't think so. Well, he's got money, and that means I get cards. Or clicks. I'll take either. Being able to threaten fast advance prevention is good, so I want to put this down. and draw up past snare and run R&D, and worst case scenario, remove a tag. I'd have to scroll through the chat log, so not worried about it that much. Well, we found the same overwriter again. Draw and pray. We are at 39 cards. Another reason I love Big WUrld's tree, because Big WUrld gets lots of cards. And once more, an advantage of having played so slowly as I have. Like a python slowly constricting my enemy. I lost the Parisia, which theoretically stood to save me a lot of money, but in practice, money is not that important. It's a completely different game, but the fact that I realized what game I was playing and I'm playing it with him is very important. If there's an Obokata on the board, which is very possible, he can't score it yet. So I don't need to find it yet. Oh, we got the Fenris! Cambridge is the obvious choice. Lou is also a very good choice, because I am trashing one card per turn at the rate I'm going. That's very good. None of these are any good. So Cambridge for more hit points if I run HQ. Loop for money and cards. Honestly, as much as I prefer Cambridge in general, the hit points I've got, so I'll take the money and the cards. I'll take the tempo. Why don't you show me what server 12's all about? Hey, look at that, a free trash and a card draw. He's already paying off. Can I hit a snare, go down to 2 cards and remove a tag? Yes, I can. So R&D. It's like a slot machine. Taking that Obokata when I did made a huge difference. As soon as I get my endurance, I can start making value runs too. In theory, I could world tree out my endurance now. In practice, I don't need the tempo, I don't need the money, I just need to win. Otoroshi. You may place up to 3 tokens on an install card, sir. If you do, the runner accesses the card unless he pays money. No, siree, Bob. That's a bad card for me. What is that, a sentry? Nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. I kind of want to pre-install this since I already know what that is, but it's better not to, I think. I'm better served. Lol. Both, but mostly the cards. So he's definitely going to put Odoroshi on R&D rather than let me keep seeing one a turn, which means I can finally use my Mayfly up, which means I may finally have an incentive to actually get my World Tree out. You think I don't know, but I already know that this is just a trap, so I'm not interested in it. This one I don't know what it is. This one he can have. Well, I got a spare Mayfly, so I may as well use up this one, forcing him to rest some ice and such. So, is this the turn or the... Yeah, it's the turn. So let's make him res everything. Let's start with HQ. I don't know what's there. I'm very curious what one ice he has guarding HQ. And what 1 or 2 cards weren't worth installing this whole time. Well, is he going to trash a card from HQ? If so, would it be a snare that he leaves behind? I'll know when he knifes me. If he knifes me, it's definitely a snare. If he doesn't knife me, it may or may not be. What is the unbroken sub? Do 1 net damage? Yeah, no. Match and fully break. Any further actions? Oh, I didn't have to ask, but he did get my echelon, which makes me very sad. So we jack out. Why did my Mayfly get trashed? When the run ends, trash this program. Oh, okay, so there's another reason. I didn't know that. That's my fault. I should have known my own cards. Draw. Draw. Money for days, please. Yeah, he can have those. I'll check server 2 eventually and then just keep doing this. So, yeah, I apologize. This is not the game I wanted to play, but I can't, in good conscience, just play a standard World Tree game against a non-standard deck. I'm way better off focusing on my outs and my win cons. Stop. Clot. He didn't stop for Clot, but presumably he would have, so I'm gonna make good on what I said I wanted to do, even though obviously if he wasn't scoring, I wouldn't have done that. But whatever. Okay. Where did he trick a flight from and where to? I was too busy trying to prevent a score to pay attention. He pulled off his known battery onto his unknown card. Hmm? I am thinking about that. The really tough part of this decision is that he didn't score it. I can't think of why you would fast advance 2 tokens over and not score it. But maybe he's trying something that I just don't understand. I have to go off what I do understand. I don't understand that decision, so I'm not going to stop it. It's a clearinghouse for 4 damage. It's an Urtica. It's none of the above. I don't have the ability to guess. Oh. Well, let's start by going to enough that I don't die if I'm wrong. How's that sound? And yeah, let's I can't win with hand size 0. Where are we on influence? Very little known. But it's 5 influence just to include this pair. Could be all in on it. It's possible. It's not an agenda or he would have scored it. That much is clear. Therefore, it's not an agenda. It could be an Urtica cipher, in which case accessing it is death, even with 5 cards. It could be an overwriter, but I don't think he would say that. I think that it's not an overwriter. Therefore, I think it's a clearinghouse. Tough decision. No doubt about that. Clearinghouse is quite nasty here. I think I'm going to play as if it's a clearinghouse. So we're going to do the memory diamond, draw, and end the turn. Now I have enough cards to survive a clearinghouse, if it's a clearinghouse. If he advances it further, then I'm quite certain it's not a clearinghouse. Because why would you... Sorry, then I'm quite certain it is a clearinghouse. If he doesn't advance it further and leaves it, then it's probably Urtica Raider, so not worth going after. So probably, and it could also just be 3 points. If it's 3 points sitting on the table, I need to make sure that I go after that eventually. Ooh, okay, that makes my decision much easier. Pawn shop that, please. Otoroshi. Otoroshi is 2 costs, so you can still res it. Still resable. But only Urtica Cipher. Only Urtica Cipher triggers without money. You've got NGO front, which is well and good. I don't think I have anything to mitigate damage in this deck. I'm actually fairly certain I don't for all of my other tools in this toolkit. So I think I have to. But what I'm trying to work out is the pinhole threading. I think pinhole is actually really good here. Like, sneaky good. Mitosis has to be advanceable or no? Mitosis... No, it does not have to be advanceable. Yeah, so it's probable that one of those is an agenda, and he's just trying to get some points. So let's test. Let's breach any res before I access, because I can access literally any server. So if he wants money to trigger traps, he has to show me the money. And if he doesn't want money to trigger traps, well, then I don't have to be afraid of anything. No problem. So much lag. I blame streaming. Oh wow, this stream has gotten long. But it's the good kind of long, where fun things are happening for everybody. Sorry, I'm not sure what he's saying, so I'm going to undo the click. Let's try that again. Anything before breach. Just run it back, let the game be fair. This is such a mind game too. It's like, oh, are you going to do it? Well, I don't know. Are you going to do it? I don't know. Are you going to do it? But I think that at this point we had the right call, so we just go for it. Breach a server. Server is 14, 15, 14. Go. There's the Urtica. Pain. So much pain. How much pain? So much pain. We are going to pay to trash because we get back credits and cards. And then we'll drop Citadel Sanctuary and draw a card. Now he can't clearinghouse me to death. He can still kill me with other things, but not that. Did I lose Nuke of Roiliak? I'm going to be sad if I lost a Nuke over this. No, I didn't. Okay, good. Oh my god, this game is such a grind. Such a grind. Incidentally, if I wasn't a 60-card deck, I would be out of cards already. How sad is that? Okay, he's poor, but now not too poor to trigger some of his traps. Let's Aesop's the 2 credits before it dies so I can get 3 credits. Draw. Draw. Draw and run last click with the attack? Nah, run second to last click. Let's find out. Show him what he's won, Bob. If it is a snare, I get 2 cards, and I remove the tag. That's fine. So I don't even have to remove the tag. I've got enough money to win the trace. Nope. Show him what he's won, Bob. I think we can go archives, take 2 net damage, and steal 2 agendas, potentially, so let's do that. There's only a couple of traps that trigger from archives, and they're not very scary. They're just minus points. And at that point, he would have used all his influence, so. But at this point, it would be very surprising for there not to be at least 1 agenda here. Okay, that was not what I wanted to see. That was more points than I was ready to sting with. Well, we read the clearinghouse correctly, so there's that. But we don't have any last-minute tricks to save us here. So if he has exactly 1 more damage to deal, he can't fast advance out Blood in the Water, but if any of those are 1-point agendas, like Server 2 specifically, this is good. If he doesn't score something, I can be sure that that's a snare, that's not an agenda, that's also not a Reaper protocol, because he would definitely have rezzed it. He doesn't have enough money to res a Moonpool and trigger it. As am I. Clot. Okay, I don't get it. There's literally no good reason to ice that, unless it's Oboe. And even if it's Oboe, you triple advance score, you don't need to fast advance it, you kill me. So yeah, either he misplayed here, or none of those are agendas. Because unless that's a 4 advance, or that's an Oboe, and that we already have confirmed that there were many opportunities to score that, so. Whew, okay, this is huge. We got to 5 points, we went to 0 cards in hand, and we didn't lose the game. And he didn't find Neural EMP or anything else that could have killed us. So, Jay clicks. Beth, done. Draw, draw, draw. Install and draw. Draw puts me to 4. Install and draw puts me to 4, with the ability to draw 3 in 1 click. So yeah, install and draw. All right, what's left? We need a Sentry Breaker. Are we out of Sentry Breakers completely? We are. So we desperately need to find the boat at this point if we want to run R&D safely. But here's the beauty. Until I find the boat, nothing in my hand is worth playing, so I get to keep running his crap. And this is a sentry, right? Yeah, it's all sentries. I did have an opportunity this game that I could have installed my sentry breaker, but I've wisely chose not to, realizing that it wasn't important. And it hasn't been. Draw. Boat! Do we run R&D? Ooh. We good? Oh yeah. You killed all my killers. Do we run R&D or not? I think honestly, we just get ready another turn. I would rather he score that than that I snare myself. Perfect. So what influence is visible here? Double Clearinghouse is gone for 6. That's the last of the Spin Doctors for 9. We know that there's at least 1 Brain Damager, that's 12. He keeps doing this. Guys, learn, unless you intend to draw cards, you don't Spin Doctor them back in yet. You wait till the last possible second to Spin Doctor. And maybe he's drawing with 7 cards in hand, but probably not. So, yeah, Mitosis, and especially not something that I could potentially trash. Okay, well, I guess it didn't matter that much. But yeah, see, think how much worse it would have been if that spin doctor was live on the table, tempting me to go trash it, and then when I run it, he removes it. I hate this part of the game. Either one of those could be 2 brain damage just waiting to happen. Wait, didn't he use a click to install the spin doctor? No, it was always there. It was always there. Okay. A trick of light to make one of them extra nasty. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Would he have gone with 1 extra brain damager or 1 extra clearinghouse? Clearinghouse actually wins, so it's probably the better choice, but problem is if they are agendas, I want them. Oh, sweet. He took them off of here and put them on here. The one thing that I know for sure isn't an agenda. Do you need an undo? Man, that would be some galaxy brilliant. All right, well that's good. If he's happy, I'm happy. The first thing to realize is he doesn't have enough. Wait, what reset to the start of click? Okay, the first thing to realize is he no longer has enough credits to trigger Overrider. So the scariest outcome is already not on the board. Second is that he doesn't have enough to protect R&D. So I get a free boat counter this turn no matter what. So let's start by running 18 for 2 damage on Urtica Cipher as my worst case and losing my Code Gate Breaker. That's fine. I can tank all of that. Oh, look at that! An Overrider that you can't afford to use. Do I trash it for the Lou value, or do I keep it alive so that he can't play it? Oh, he can't anyway. He used all of his Jacksons. Yeah, that's fine. Server 19. Hopefully for the advanced sting. It's the false lead, which is actually very similar, putting me 1 point away from the win, and I lose the conduit, so this is going to be slow and painful, not quick and easy. Forfeit the false lead or the game. Sorry, I'm confused. Ah, but it wasn't advanced. I mean scored. Only can be forfeited when it's scored. I'm guessing he didn't read it correctly. At which point it's a terrifying threat, since every click 2/3 snare /1 snare is a near death scenario. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, he was trying to forfeit that agenda before I stole it, but that's obviously not how that works. Yeah, let's just win the game now, guys. R&D, second to last click. Even if it's an Obokata protocol, I still steal it, so this is just good stuff. Yeah. Oh, speak of the devil. GG. Thanks for the game. You made me think and double think and triple think many, many thinky times. And if this wasn't a 60 card deck, I'd be decked right now. GG. All right. Wow. That was interesting and very much not the standard boat game that I wanted to go for. And I guess that's okay. Like, it's important to play the game that's in front of you, not the game you want it to be. Uh, in an ordinary game, I would have click 1 installed my world tree, or click 2 installed my world tree, or 3, and I would have gotten about 30 credits worth of value with free installations. But At no point in this game did I miss any of those potential installs. The only thing that maybe I would have wanted that I didn't get was a Sentry Breaker. A Sentry Breaker with 1 or 2 Cyberdelias to waltz through here each turn would be nice. But I ran R&D and HQ most turns that I wanted to anyway. Here we got to see excuse me. Here we got to see 2 of the side benefits of a 60 card deck. Firstly, that you don't run out of cards as easily, so you're a little tankier. Secondly, that you have what's the word? Secondly, that you have a broad base of solutions to work with unique situations. Being at 4 cards against PE makes it really hard to steal oboes. But when you happen to have memory diamonds that you don't need and can use as fodder for boats or other cool tricks, then yeah, it's it's useful in every matchup. Finally, oh my god, pardon the cough. Finally, this is the tech card that I've made as an edit to the prior deck that I'm still very proud of because I think it's perfect. Is DJ Fenris, and he still has shown value in every single match I've played. Uh, I think the biggest value I see in him is recursion off HQ to give me back cards, both to keep my money engine going, or to get back important parts I've lost, or just to maximize pressure on multiple servers when I'm getting in there for cheap or free. But as we saw with this game, he also serves the value of giving me that one-off barrier breaker with Quetzal or tempo against PE. You can use him for what he's useful for in a situation. And of course, Citadel Sanctuary actually saved my game this game. That's all I've got for now. I'm so glad you all came out and enjoyed the stream. Please do subscribe to my stream, check out my YouTube channel, uh, take a look at my vids, enjoy what you see. I had a blast doing this with y'all, and love to do this again. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, quick note. I have an idea for a video where a newer or brand new or relatively new to the game player and I get together to play a friendly startup or simple card pool match where the goal is to teach the game of Netrunner to the person I'm playing with. And the point of that video would be A, as an intro video to anyone else who is learning Jinteki or learning Netrunner, and B, something that would make, in my opinion, for uh, very valuable for a first timer to look at, and B, to provide an entry point for many of the people who are on my YouTube channel and Twitch stream come for my Tetris or my Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup content, and maybe have some interest in crossing over but haven't gotten their foot in the door of Netrunner yet. I have an old 1,000+ view video up on my YouTube channel from FFG's era Netrunner on tabletop, but I think it would be reasonable to have a Nisei era, sorry, Null Signal Games era one as well. Anyway, food for thought, but feel free to shoot me a message if you think it's a good idea, if you're interested, etc. And that's all I got. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.